If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. As you can see from the title, today I'll be doing another collaboration with LAQUANDA HOLMES using the MORPHE 35O2 palette. I chose to use the red and the oranges in the palette, and LaQuanda concentrated on the neutrals. The link to LaQuanda's video will be down in the description box. Make sure that you go by and watch her video and show her some support and some love. Now before we get too deep into this thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Alright, now let's jump into it. Here I'm just going in and applying my foundation with the flat top brush. And then I'm going to highlight the points of my face that I want to bring forward or to draw the light to. That's the under the eye, the middle of the forehead, the bridge of the nose, and the chin. And once I have that highlight applied, I'm going to go in with the black Opal Neutral Light Deluxe finishing powder. I finally got my hands on this. This is the first time I went to the store and it wasn't sold out. So I'm going to put that on all the areas where I put that on that light concealer. Following that up, I'm going to go in with the black Opal Deluxe finishing powder in dark in the perimeter of my face. And I'm speeding this up because this is the same thing you've seen me and everybody else do in every quote-unquote tutorial you've seen on YouTube. And here I am going in with the original Nubian palette and taking the dark brown eyeshadow and using that to contour the hollows of my cheeks right above my Cupid's bow and the sides of the bridge of my nose. And I'm not the one trying to wash 900 million thousand brushes, so I'm taking that same brush, but I'm using the top of it, and I mixed like 3 different golds in that original Nubian palette to get that highlight for the top of my cheekbones. And then I took my finger and applied way too much of that to the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose to bring it forward. Here I'm using a BH Cosmetics blush palette, but I didn't like it, so I went in back into the Nubian palette and got that terracotta color. And now to get into the eye look. Now most of this is going to be in real time. So I'm taking the color Fire from the 35O2 palette and I'm using that as my transition color. And I'm going to keep going back into the palette and putting a little bit more until I build it up to the intensity that I was looking for. And using that same brush, but moving it down a little lower, I'm going in with the color Chestnut. It's kind of like an orangey brown or a reddish brown color. And I'm using that just to deepen up the crease a little bit more. I'm not trying to wash all them brushes, I'm just not. And again, with that same brush, but with more of the color concentrated like on the tip of the brush so that it would be on a very small area. I'm going in with the color Muddy and trying to get that, the actual crease really dark. And because it wasn't getting as dark as I wanted it to, I was trying to avoid using black, but I did go in with a really small brush. I had to switch brushes and dirty a new brush. But I went in with the color Wiz, which is that black in the 35O2 palette. And I'm concentrating that mainly actually in the crease and in the outer, maybe the outer third. And then I took a small blending brush and I'm just swirling all the colors in the outer V area, the outer third of the eye. And Juvia's Place palettes have really got me spoiled. I went in with a flat shader brush with the eyeshadow dry, and it didn't work out. So I wound up going into the color Pure and spraying my brush with some setting spray because y'all know I haven't found one that I like yet. And so I use it to wet my brush, and I'm going to put that color Pure on a damp brush on the inner. Actually, I took it halfway to my eye. And just like I hate to dirty up brushes unnecessarily, I hate using product unnecessarily. I've already primed my face and I took that over my eyelid. That's a primer. I put foundation over my eyelid when I put foundation on my face. That's a base. When I set that light foundation with a powder, I just set the base for my eyelid. I don't go back in with concealer and cut the crease. I use my eyeshadow damp to do that. In my opinion, if you're dealing with a quality pigment or a quality eyeshadow, you don't need to go in and do that extra step of cutting the crease with concealer. That's my experience. Here you see me taking the color Sauce, and I think this is my favorite color in the palette. And I am overlapping that Pure color, and then I'm dragging it out to the final 2/3 of the eye to complete the cut crease. As you can see, I didn't use any concealer. I didn't go back in and cut the crease. I'm using a damp eyeshadow to do that. I don't know what this really small Real Techniques brush is supposed to be for, but here you see me taking the dark brown color Brunette, and I am running that between the transition and the color Sauce to kind of add just a little bit of depth and detail in between the two. And going back in with that same brush that I used to apply the transition color, I'm just going to blend out any harsh edges between the transition and that line that I just drew, but still leaving that little bit of dark brown there as a deep contrast, if that makes sense. And speeding things back up again, because you've seen this before, I am taking the Juvia's Place gel eyeliner on the Juvia's Place angled brush, and I'm lining my upper lash line. And you know how it is when you get that one eye perfectly and then you have to go back in and try to even it up. But fortunately, I didn't have to do too much to get them mostly even. And here you see me running the color Ruby along my lower lash line. And then coming up, you'll see me go in with a slightly thinner brush and use some of that Fire. And then here you'll see me going back in with that really small Real Techniques brush with the color Muddy and putting that directly next to my lashes. And I'm taking this black pencil and I'm tight lining my upper and lower waterline at the same time. And then I'm putting on my mascara. I'm not a fan of the ultra perfect brow that's hot right now, so you just see me here grooming my brows and extending the tails and brushing that back through. And now I am taking a cocoa lip liner from Teacup Cosmetics and I'm lining my lips. And next I'm going on in with Flirt matte liquid lipstick from Teacup Cosmetics, and I'm going to blend that in. And I'm still trying to get some of that gold off my nose. And finally, you're going to see me go in with the, I think this is my MAC NC50 powder, and I'm buffing that all over the face. And for my inner tear duct highlight, I'm going in with that Pure again. Okay, here I am as I get ready to leave the bathroom. I'm going to go downstairs, put my wig on, and I'll put the lashes on when I get to work, and we'll take pictures of the final look. And now, here I am with the final look. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me get ready for work. Don't forget, check the description box for the link to LaQuanda's video. Please stop by and show her lots of love and support. As always, I thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you feel like it. But even if you don't do any of that, please support Black business.